Cool, what's going on? It's Elusive here. We're back in our K24 video. Since we last made a video about the K20 oil pump, that was the last video, we separated the engine from the trans. You can see the trans is on its own dolly now. And it's all separated. And then this is just the engine harness. It's on top of it. But it's all separated now. So that's all ready to go for the most part. And then the next thing we gotta do is just, transfer all the stuff over from the K20 that we're going to be reusing. So that being said, we also got a different, they call it water passage, right?
Yep.
Different water passage. So the one that comes on the K24, it looks a little different. So I'll share with you why we decided to change it. So it looks a little different. The mounting points for a lot of this stuff, like the water pump, are not the same. So we're going to be reusing most of the stuff, including the water pump. And we got a new one actually from the K20. It's out of a TSX instead of the one that's in Japan. So if you have the K24A, which is the Japan version of the K24, and you want to reuse all the stuff you have from your K20, you have to get this different water passage. So you can see some of the stuff is a little different. It looks a little different. So if you are going to do this, I'll put a link in the description where to find it and everything. It's actually pretty cheap. It's like 100 something bucks. But you're going to need a different bolt for the right side here. I don't know why. It's a little bit different. You can see it's kind of like flipped. So the stud that was here is now here. And then you're just going to need a different bolt that's a little bit shorter than the one here. As you can see, this gap here is a little bit bigger than this gap here. So we're going to find a different bolt for that. But for now, it's on and Honda bonded, so as you can see, we're just letting it sit to seal, and then once we find a bolt for it, we'll put that one in there. But for now, it works just with the nut around it as a spacer. So that's that. New water passage is on, and then everything else we did, put the new TPMS, the new RBC intake manifold on. So that was, you guys saw that in the last video, I'm pretty sure, but that's on. And then we're just trying to figure out the situation for this pipe because it fit with the old water passage, but now it's kind of jacked up and not fitting so good. Then we also put the header part of the header on, so this part on. The rest we're gonna put on in the car, otherwise it'd be a pain in the ass to get it through the bottom. So we just put this guy on, bolted it down, and then got it torqued down. So we also changed the VTEC solenoid. It's different from a K20 to a K24. The K20 one has like some sensor you need on here, and the K24 one does not. Like I said, I'll be getting this all compiled at the end when we finish it all. That way, if I miss anything during it, I'm gonna be able to tell you what it was. But yeah, we also replaced that. And then we also replaced the throttle body with the K20 throttle body. And then if you replace it with RBC, you need the car steps, just like a adapter to fit it on. As again, like it was like 60 bucks, I think the adapter was. And then it's pretty straightforward. After that, you just transfer everything over with the adapter, and then it works pretty good. Because you cannot use the K24 throttle body because that is a electronic, and the RSX is cables. So we got the passage all on, and we put the water pump on as well, torqued that down to spec, and then put the AC compressor on as well. The only thing we're having a problem with is this line here that goes off of the thermostat. It doesn't line up with the brackets on here. So it seems like we looked it up, it was most people were just like not putting the bracket on, which doesn't seem right to me. But we're gonna figure that out a different day, I guess, and then go from there for that. But everything else fits up pretty nicely, and like I said, we're using all the stuff we bought new with the RSX to put on here. So that's all on, and then you guys saw the timing covers all on now. So now we're just gonna put on the motor mount, and then probably the rest of the stuff that goes to the timing chain here. All right, so we got most everything on. Pretty much no problems on this side. Not the power steering, but the AC compressor, water pump, alternator, tensioner, and then this is the power steering up here. So everything all bolted up just fine. And we also got the CRV motor mount bracket on. So you need this if you're swapping for a K24 because of the different height or something like that. So that's that. It's all on and torqued, obviously. And then the only thing we got to figure out yet is the thermostat situation. This line that goes here is supposed to pop in like that and then bolt up here and then bolt up right here. But as you can see, they don't line up currently. I mean, it's not far off, but they don't line up. So we're not certain what to do with that yet. But once we figure that out, this will be going on. But for most part, this is all pretty much done. The only thing left we have to do is put on the oil pan. But we also put spark plugs in. So you put the valve cover on, put spark plugs in, put the coils in. So the coils are from the K20. We know it works, so might as well put it in. And then the ones that came with it are just spare parts. So we'll keep the spare parts. We also put in the VTC, which is right here, and all the timing covers are on now. We didn't do that last video because we were waiting for it to be a little warmer out, and now everything's getting back together now. So like I said, the last thing we gotta do is put the oil pan back in, and after that we will be pretty much assembled for the most part. I have to buy idle air assist delete kit. That goes right here. It's just a plug with a bolt with a plug on it. That covers that because we're not gonna be using that. Yeah, other than that, we're pretty much all in. We also got to figure out this line. So it's actually discontinued, but the previous owner, you can see, had a turbo on this of some sort, because this is like it's a coolant line, right? Because this is like a boost gauge line. You can see they kind of modified it to fit. It's on here with zip ties and stuff. So it's not available anymore, so we can't buy just a new line. So we're gonna have to figure that out as well. But for the most part, this will still work as long as we do it the proper way. But yeah, that's all that. It's all on in. And yeah, the next video, probably putting the oil pan on, and then it'll be getting the trans ready. So taking the clutch off of the trans currently, and then replacing with the one we have with the other flywheel. So yeah, the K24 is almost done, and next video will be pretty much almost ready to go in the car, besides a few things. But yeah, that's gonna be that. See you guys next video. Adios, motherfuckers. Take care.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful.